years died in Hill Village, traveller.
are bandits out there.
There are bandits out there. After he had won, Lord Chris said to Nyx, with a mind to ease and a will to fix, "You are a troll, and that is good, my friend. You have no faults in truth, no wrong to mend. But if it be your wish to join their kind, a better way we will help you to find. There is naught wrong with following your will, as long as it does not bring others ill." Again the heroes of honor stayed true, the story of a troll, and the knights too.
always open for business when the road is your marketplace. If you need another trade, then come and see Bernard.
Pleasant travels.
Back again? Still could use the help of a clever traveller if you need some coin. There are guards outside of the prisons in each city, and they have the keys, which means you'll have to get arrested, or be right clever in pickpocketing. There are guards outside of the prison. Pleasant travels, Burke. Back again? Still could use the help of a pleasant travels, Burke.
Hello there.
Greetings. Welcome back. What can I do for you? Safe travels.
You return, and in your wake, Dalentarth blossoms. Nash's brood is at an end. You have destroyed what was written, and made a new fate for Dalentarth. Even your darkest ally, and yet the Tuatha still spread, marching with Prismere and pain. You have only delayed our doom. You have the power of an immortal, and yet the humility to ask for help. Little one, I envy your grace. You shall carry my blessings with you. You must know this, Quickling. The age is changing. Immortals are passing, and the future belongs to the young races. If there is a future to be had, go and stand at the heart of the She. There you will find Issa. And perhaps you will find wisdom as well. Aelin Shear is a mystery and a simplicity. She is focused in... Together you have walked dark paths beneath my boughs. You knew one another before. Nash and her brood. So it forever was to be. Only the path stand at the heart of the She. And if that path includes the gardens of Issa, may your path be long and evergreen.
My role is not to speak to mortals. Just keep calm.
Welcome to the Gardens of Issa, home of the Summer Court, and the warm heart of the... It is a rare occasion for us to welcome a child of dust into Issa, but it is equally rare that Niralam chooses a champion. Pleased to meet you. I am Chancellor to the High King. I pray you enjoy our hospitality. Truly a place of wonder, as it has always been and always shall be. It is a pity that some of our kind have fallen to such degenerative states, but we cannot... Too many mortals misunderstand the Winter Court. Our cold cousins are not evil, but merely evoke the darker truth. Perhaps it makes sense that children of dust are put off by those. We are the Summer Court, the very embodiments of courage. Some envious few in the Winter Court would call us but remember, we are the ones who stayed. The ranks of the Fae were not always sullied by the presence of anything so cool. But Gadflow perverted the Winter Court with talk of his new god. The sapling of the World Tree bears centuries of great wisdom. Of course, even all greatest mortal wisdom cannot compare to the perspective given by true age. High King Titarian is Lord of the Summer Fae, the font of all our wisdom. And since Gadflow tragically murdered the High King of the Winter Court, Titarian is the greatest and last true leader left.
Yes, Your Grace. Please, come forward into the light of the font. Don't linger there. Oh, fascinating. I had heard the telling of you are free to roam the city at your leisure, even the trellis and the understyle. If you seek mortal trappings, then Felltown. Once, the understyle was all around you, spreading from the garden's gates. The gardens have been here since the first of our kind sprang forth. This is a safe place, and we intend to keep it that way. To that end, we ask mortals to adhere to the Peace Edict, which forbids. High King Titarian fulfills his role as our wise ruler. Like his predecessors, Titarian's goal is to maintain the Great Cycle. It is a special district set aside for the young races. A haven. Do not worry. Felltown has the amenities that your kind need to lead a mortal life, such as merchants, a smith. Every living creature in our world is part of a chain of death and rebirth. Even the Fae. Most mortals in Issa are stripped of weapons upon entering the city. However, there are a few exceptions. We do this for your own protection, of course. There is a fire in dustling blood that must be quenched by violence. The king rules from his throne high above on the font, and he has done so for many seasons. You should know this, since you've been... There is little that mortals need to know about the trellis, for it is where the worthy await their moment before the High King. Everyone who stands before the light of the sun must prepare themselves, lest they be blinded. It is behind me, up the... The font is older than everything around you. It is the origin from which we flow. If you search for the heart... Goodbye, Your Grace.
Ignores pure. Greetings. What have I done now? Someone in Issa is always looking to send me away. Well, if it isn't the mortal I've heard so much about. Congratulations on your successes in the House of Ba. I have done little in my many seasons, then ventured all those who come to greet the king. You mortals are talented at fighting what is natural. Perhaps I have heard he is a noble spirit, a beacon of wisdom and calm in this changing world. I will never know for certain if this is true, unless I look upon him.
Good evening. Speak to Pel Grandy or Will Donnell if you're looking for supplies.
Don't know if we've had the pleasure. I'm the finest You can't just have a group of book-minded mages and... When I first arrived here at the instruction of the Order, can't say that I have much in the way of magical ability. But I know trade better than anyone else here. And they appreciate it. Come back anytime.
Well, happy to see an unfamiliar face. Scholia Arcana's close-knit. I love the Order. Never felt more at home than a monk. Didn't know the Fae had cities, or whatever you might. If you do enough good works, the Scholia sends you to Issa. Apparent. Stop by again.
Damn quiet, damn fools. I'm sorry, friend, I didn't see you there. The finest practitioners of the arcane crafts on the continent. There are many things we have learned from our time with the Fae. Well, I'm an experienced sagecrafter. My skills as a mage leave much to be desired. But no one knows. A few nights ago, I was the victim of an attempted robbery. Someone sought to steal a gem of mine. That night, 3 initiates fled the chapter. Cassera, Aloran, and Bert. They could only have run into the She. Can you find them? Thank you. Find out what happened and I'll be grateful. You've got to find them. There's 3 of them. Cassera, Bertrand, and they must be in the She. Find... Goodbye! How goes the search? Until next time. Good evening.
Welcome to the Issa chapter house of the Scholia Arcana. How may I be of assistance? We are a collective of mages, and those that have a mind to unravel the Issa chapter is but a small branch of our larger wrath. We focus more on researching the despite it is a great honor for us. As a docent of the Scholia Arcana, we are an order of magic practitioners. While the heart of our power lies in Rathir, we keep an embassy. Traditionally, our applicants undergo years of preparation, but ever since you entered the city, we've been watching you. After all, if it is your wish to join our order, you must first complete the trial. It is a ritual that will better equip. I will not lie. Of those who do, only a select few are chosen to become members. Then first I shall present you with this. It is the store. Now I shall summon the circle of... Savant Engar will lead the trial. Speak to him in the Delving Hall when you're ready. We are a society of mates. Short of joining, the best way to learn about the order is to read. It is not for me to divulge the details of the trial. Farewell.
Whatever shall I do? Oh, excellent. Another... Oh, a mortal. I don't think you wouldn't be interested in aiding a mere squire, would you? Few dustlings ever make their way to these gardens. I believe they fear us, as they fear the elements. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not like to be called... I am steward of the High King's List, and apprentice to the Lady of Receivership. Olana will... She is well suited to her role as the Lady of Receivership, as she enjoys judging the worth of others. I enjoy my role as steward, but my fear of Lady Olana overshadows any pleasure I might find in the tasks assigned to me. Well, I've never met him, of course. Such an honor, but they say he is quite incredible. As tall as a tree and radiating a great light. My role is with the Hall of Appointments, to prepare visiting ambassadors and... Right now, there are 4 terrible, regal lords and ladies that wish to see how... They must enter the font in a procession, but each has his or her own preferences. Wonderful. That's one less aggravating. The dignitaries have been seen about the gardens, enjoying its many splendor. Everywhere. Goronet is in the Hall of Appointments. But farewell, Honorable One.
If you're looking to drown your worries at the bottom of a bottle, this is the place for you. I'm Gertern Asker, and this is... But if you're looking for the Victor's Brew, we don't sell that in Asker's Alley, and you'll have to take your business elsewhere. The ambassadors requested that facilities be created where flesh and blood folks could put their feet up. So the All-Main approached my family about starting a tavern. The alley does well, but I'm no business. I know better than to criticize the Fae. They call us children of dust. This city has been here for thousands of years. Longer than that, even. It will be here long. I wouldn't say I ran from the war. I just don't need to know every little thing that's going on. There are other ways to help. There's a brewery near Rathia that makes it. Very small. It's not a drink for the man who appreciates craftsmanship, tradition. It's the most popular drink in Amalur. At least it is now. My Asker's Ale used to... My brother and I are working on a new drink, but it requires something... Wait a minute. Maybe you could help. If you do, I could see to... So here's what we're thinking. Bring back our grandmother's favorite Asker's Draft, a classic. The recipe calls for bristletongue seeds, and if you're talking rare ingredients, bristletongue tops the list. It's worthless for potions, but tastes fabulous. The problem is that the Fae control the use of bristletongue, as it's a product of the Font's waters. Talk to Jackson, their apothecary. He can probably get it for... It's been in our family for 4 generations. Since the days of... Our grandmother entrusted us with the formula, and we made a fortune from it. But I'm afraid we've been replaced by... King Almir? Almir the Bold? The founder of our people's nation? He spends his time in the Lyceum Grove in the Understyle section of town. He's an odd duck, always crafting new tonic. Good luck.
Come here, pretty. Let me take a look at you. Hey there, pretty. This is Asker's Alley, best tavern in East. If you're new in the city, I can help. I know everything about the We provide your basic public service. Ale. And if drinking isn't your thing, then you can always stop by the Hexes game and back. So you want to brush up on your bad luck, do you? That game will... Oh, that's a sinister spot, isn't it? Even the Fae take a few extra steps to walk clear of there. It's the Fae neighborhood on the other side of the city. There you'll find the hall. They don't mind if you go exploring in the Understyle, but I wouldn't suggest it unless you know your way around. Let me just say that I adore Olana. She's one of the few Fae that I've met face to face, and she couldn't be more pleasant. The Askers took me in when my pa was killed in the war. Now this is my home, pretty. It's where you'll find me every day and Is that the one at the far end of the Understyle? Yeah, I think that's the place. Never been. You see, the city gets its magic from the water. They call it the fountain. Or is it the wellspring? I never remember. I'm sure it... Oh, if I had the finery and manners, you wouldn't find me anywhere but the Embassy Hall. But it's a dreadful place these days, what with the war. The Darklefahr and Varani are practically at arms over the... I prefer the United Merchants delegation. Those are my people. When Issa first opened, the Alfar approached the humans about creating a shared shop. So most of the United Merchants are good people, like Weistrin and Gwenna. But that blacksmith's apprentice... Sure, we've got a place to sleep on the floor over there, but it'll cost you. Fine, it's up to you. Like I said, it's all magic to me. If the Fae said this city got its power from glowing purple antelopes, I'd probably believe them. Olana and her squire Brio, they have the good fortune to meet with all the nobles who visit the High King. Life of lords and ladies. Oh, that's the life for me. Bye now.
The House of Ballads must have taught you courtly manners, but not enough to keep you from interrupting. What is it, Your Grace? Of course. But... I come here only to observe. I do not wish to be prodded every few moments by a mortal who... I am not petty, but I have limits, as do we all. I know I should lead the formation because of my... Whatever you do, do not make me walk behind the High Fae Mage Goronet. How shall I put this? He has an odor. Careful what you say, fell person. This is most important. My only request is that Lord Goronet follow far behind me. He and his stink belong together. Of course.
Game of Hexes!
Earn an honest wage! I hope you're here about the job. Demand is higher than ever. I'm just too busy to deal with anything else. It's safe, that's for sure. At least for the time being. I don't quite understand the Fae. I can sum up the war in one word. Folly. It is... What do I know of Fae politics? I didn't even know they had a city until Gwen and I were allowed in. All I know is that there's opportunity here, thanks to... She's the general merchant in the United Merchants delegation down the road. We've been friends for years. You think I like being confined to this cage? Think again. And after all we've done for them in this war. Sure. You want to know about me? It's understandable. You want to know who you're going... My mother was a merchant in Rathir, and I learned the trade at her side. I took the apprenticeship with Gwenna. Not just anyone can enter the secret city of the Fae. Oh, no. Those in the United Merchants are the lucky ones. Of course, once you see how much gold they actually... Making a fortune is what? These visitors come with obscene amounts of gold or treasure. They don't mind parting with it. My plan was brilliant. I created a blade. Fae blade, of course, that makes them authentic. Something all of... I called it the Honor brand. Truth be told, it's dull as a stick, but it's easy to make. Listen, if you can find the parts and make them, I'll pay good money. Fabulous. You know a good deal when you see it. There aren't enough people... Once you start forging the Honor brands, bring them to me and I'll provide you with just compensation. There should be plenty of parts around the city. For creatures with no interest in possessions, they sure know how to... It's you and me, friend.
Get over here. We don't abide by strangers in Issa. In this city, everyone is family. It's better than the cellar crawl space I called home just 2 months ago, believe me. The Fae may be... Not much to tell. Heard the war horn of the recruiters and packed my bag. What good is fighting when the Tuatha don't die? Besides, I'm a businessman. It's not exactly the keys of Rathir, or even the hospitalis quarters of Edessa. Felltown, well, technically, we're not supposed to care if you're on the market for something deadly. I'm your man. You know, that neighborhood in the gnome city of Edessa where the poor live. Oh, it's a lot of fun. The dockside district in Rathir is a lovely place. If you're looking to have your throat cut or contract a nostril. the disease. Remember it next time you travel.
Farewell.
If you're looking to buy armor, I'm the only one in Felltown who's authorized to sell it. I don't have many weapons to offer, on account of the peace edict, but there's still a selection. Being here isn't good for business, that's for sure. I see the same damn 20 faces every day. The Tuatha were intensifying their attacks against Mel Sinshir, the bastion in the east. Of course, my twin brother and I were entering the army to fight for the Alp. I'm not proud of running, but I'm much more useful here, as an unofficial This is where the Fae keep us so we don't blemish their pretty city. Can't say I blame them. He's a dear friend from years ago. He spent time as my apprentice, but the Fae didn't have laws. At least not official. You must be one of the special exemptions. Let me guess. Have a good day. Good to see you again. If there's anything you need, just ask. Come back again.
You've been watching me long enough. What is it? Did I wrong you in another life, brother? If you're willing to spare the gold, I can teach you a goodbye.
I prefer to pray at night.
I await news from the Hall of Appointments, but surely you aren't their messenger. The ruler of the House of Ballads serves no one. Order? I care nothing. However, if you are the one who determines such things, may I ask that you place me behind the warlord Wenery? I enjoy... Ah, very clever. Apologies, my friend. Always a pleasure.
I want to visit a real...
Yes, mortal?
You feel it, don't you? Anyone intimate with the ways of magic can detect the waning current. Is this how it happened at the House of Ballads? Did Hallam foresee this slow decay? I had a feeling he did. Of the Gardens of Issa? Of the Summer Court? Why, this I know because I am Nomeron, master of the font, the wellspring of all Summer Court magic. I've seen it. Something must be done before all this city withers into nothingness. The font is the source of all Summer Court magic. It has flowed through this mountainside since our kind sprang up from the dirt. That flow has waned in recent days. It's unnatural, even as the font's flow is controlled from the Lyceum Grove down below. We must open the root system. However, the magic that regulates this flow can only be used by some. It can only be opened by one who carries drops from each of the 5 sacred pools surrounding Issa. Collect water from each of the 5 sacred pools. Goodbye.
I am the great huntress Hartwan, and you are not allowed on the trellis. What brings you here? How quaint. Well, I am the most respected and most deserved to lead. Besides, I detest that harlot, warlord. There is something not quite right about you. Make sure I am ahead of my rival, Lady Wenery. That will make me happy. The pleasure was all... Goodbye.
Welcome.
Elaine will not tell you of this. She disapproves of pride. She does embody nature's tooth, a sharp and silent, simple truth. And yet Elaine will always shine among the ballad's lore. For humble though her carriage be, a greater knight we'll never see.
Pretty evening, isn't it?
They send the ruler of the House of Ballads to serve me? What form of unnatural mort... Me? Well, my seniority dictates I should bring up the rear. I will make it to Tartaryon's throne, even if I have to crawl.
Pretty evening, isn't it?
Yes, Your Grace. So, you're done. A right group of snakes, eh? So, any insight into how I should... It's good that someone does. Go on. Let's line up these backstabbing serpents. Yes, yes. Of course. And then? All right. Next. Yes, yes. Excellent. That's a perfect order for these fools. Saves me the trouble of talking to them. Thank you. Farewell, Honorable One.
Nice to see you.
Perhaps a touch more starth. Welcome to the Lyceum Grove, where the majesty of the font is glorified and regulated. I am Jackson. Bristletongue? My, that would be something. A mockingbird with the font's only yield. But before I do that, you need to offer me a steward of tinctures and elixirs. I often dabble in alchemy, especially with the water from the font. And I need you to... Clearly, you don't want to know the location. Goodbye. I can tell you what you want to know. Good. I will know. Go on, big gulp. Farewell, mortal.
I am at your service. Walk away, mortal.
Have you bought a title yet?
Evening.
You've got the seeds! Now we'll see if the Victor's Brew can stand up to a new challenge. Take this, friend. And like I promised, the merchants here will give you a discount. You've got a home here. Oh, yes, sorry. The United Merchants Delegation. Thanks for the business.
Come here, pretty. Need some chatter? I've got... Plenty to go around, pretty. Bye now.
Welcome.
Oh, what?
Do not use your weapons in the city.
You've done well, child of the dust. Those below will never know what is... But in the end, is this a part of the many... Take this. You're brave. Perhaps we... Farewell.
May the cycle keep you.
Greetings. I have some ability with the art of sage crafting. Do you wish for some instruction? Many try to join our order, but most... I came to the Scholia Arcana because magic... And though the magic is... What is this power? Where does it come from? I hope to... I shall be here.
Greetings. I will be the savant presiding over your trial of initiation. But as Augur mentioned, we realize you are unique. The magic of the ritual confronts the applicant with his... How this potential manifests varies. Whatever takes place is for the... And a final warning. While whatever shape the magic takes isn't real, not truly, this is a fluid magic. The form it takes varies according to the power and nature of the ritual. The goal is a simple one. Survive. Like every Scholia Arcana member before. And be aware that I am watching. Now, good luck. Not the most welcoming place, is it? Is that a pile of corpses? Fascinating. Don't pay any attention to my ramblings, Initiate. Those fair Gorta look like they're out for blood. Possess quite the capacity for violence. Intriguing. By the Founders, what is that? A synergistic construct of all chemical elements resonant within a sage-crafted crystalline substructure. I do hope you survive the trial. We must discuss this further. The first phase of the trial is complete. Proceed further. Another cave. How interesting. Ah, a waterfall. That's lovely. What in blazes to offer? The details are exquisite. You obviously know them well. Something is terribly wrong. Ahead, I sense another's presence in the trial. Dissonance, growing.
Where am I? What is this place? The dark Empyrean. I cannot remember. And you? I smell death on you, child. Why? I am the Dark Empyrean, and I will not be bound by you. I could kill you now, but I have plans for those who watch from the shadows. Now be...
Such power. One moment we were linked, sustaining the magic of the trial, and then an arc of energy, the likes of which I have never seen. 3 mages lay dead, and 2 have fled screaming. I know the trial is not meant to be shared, but what in Lyria's name happened? A woman? Masked in shadow? For now, we have dead to bury, and missing in the name of the Scholia Arcana, I hereby confer unto you the title of Neophyte. Ah yes, particularly a very few may reach the rank of Oh, right. It is a wondrous... We have a responsibility to... I am sending you to the ruin of Aod, to the south. There, the element... After your initiation trial, the magic in Aod shifted. I believe this magic is tied to... Priests of Raycor have long sealed Aod from entry. But if you're interested in the details, read Velthilion Carr's Aod, the mythos of... He is... one of the most wherever he may be, I hope he is safe, and will soon... It does not surprise me that Nuala survived from the first day of her novitiate. But now, I can't help but wonder if we... Somewhat self-destructive, they frequent places they believe. Followers of Raycor dwell within. As for what may be causing the recent swelling in power, emanate... Where did I put my quill? Oh, yes, welcome.
Welcome.
If this were my city, I'd want to hide it too. If the gardens of Issa ever fell, I cringe to think of the outcome.
I've said it time and again. Mortals are meant to be your way. We are quite aware of the conditions on the outside, but it is not our way to interfere. If the great cycle calls for conflict, then there will be.
You've returned. Have you found them? Then you must tell me, please. Very well. But I'm eager to learn what happened. Until next... Time? Please, tell me what transpired between them. And you must tell me, please. Yes, I suspected as much. Very well. What happened next? Very well. Until next time. Please, tell me what transpired between them. Then you must tell me, please. Yes, very well. What happened next? And so? What of the third? Yes. Aloran often trusted too much in his own... Those fools. All this blood... In addition, I will discount my services to you, should you ever be in need of them. Thank you again. Don't be a stranger!
plenty of wares here at hand, in case you need them. Them while conducting work for pleasure doing business.
Hello.
Can't stop now. It's good to keep working. It reminds me that I'm still alive, that you saved us. Stay alert.
What have we here? I hoped you would come. After all, there was a time when kings begged me to read their fortunes. Shall I? I have so many names, but I am not the subject of this conversation. I've crafted one. Right now, she's trying to tell you... Now burn!
Greetings, my liege.
It was Nuala Ignis who stirred the magics of Aod? At least now we may restore the balance of the ruin. What is this? You caught her crafting this, you say? Remarkable. Just... that might explain her behavior. Breaching the seals of... not to mention whatever this is. I have never seen the like. You have done well. I have another assignment for you when you are ready. Adept Fell recently began investigating some disappearances in Melaglir. I want you to go to Melaglir in the plains of Erethel. A member of... do not keep your contact waiting. And when you sorted the business with Lerkara out, Melaglir is a trade hub between the great cities of Odessa to the south. Lately, however, the town has been experiencing a number... For generations, the lords of Candrian Keep is the ancestral seat of power. Archsage Jubal Calidus. He is the most powerful sorcerer alive, and as such, if he ever asks anything of you, neophyte, be sure to deliver. North and east, across the plains of Erethel, I will be setting out for Rathir shortly. Oh, goodbye then.
Place the codex before him, and he will continue.
The king has taken notice. Now that's something.
Grand as this is, I can't help but worry about Hughes.
Conceived in chaos, birthed in stolen magic, torn from fate, child of two fathers, treacheries in treacheries, winter is broken. The puppet king upon his throne, drinking flattery and lies. The power that grows in him is not his own. In the east it did begin, as it will end. From behind the veil she screams. Madness and rage. Madness and rage. We realize this may be confusing for you. Fate, like the Fae, cannot be... But the Tuatha are Fae who have become something new. Gadflow claims that the Tuatha are the work of his new god. If the Tuatha are the creations of a god, what does that make you? The time of the Fae is passing. Our land and our souls at Gadflow's war means the death of us all, Fae and mortal alike. It is too late for us, but not for you. That is the fate, the power of a god in the brash hands of a mortal. This age has seen much change. We were wrong. You are intertwined with the power in the East. There can be no doubt of that. We do not know what will happen when you travel there, but we know that the power behind his god holds your answer and the fate of this world. I thank you. And I have seen those who were destined to be heroes, for whom great deeds came naturally. You do great things not because you must, but because you choose to. That is by far a far truer greatness. Admirable. But strength of... You may be unbound by fate. Speak with your allies. Only with their aid can you hope to overcome the forces that stand against you. Our cold cousins across the sea. Do not think the Winter Court our enemies, for we love them as family. Dismal though, to walk in their starlit gardens once again, or sip their calming stone tea. It is the deepest tragedy that our fall should come from our own. Make no mistake, in fighting him and his army, you will surely spell our doom. But we are the dreams of warmth and safety, given physical form. The summer and winter courts have always ruled the Feylands in harmony, as the seasons wash across the world. The Winter Fae who followed him called themselves Tuatha, and bore a mark of Prismere upon them. Their power is... Since our kind returned to this world so long ago, it has been my honor to... My rule was always shared with the High King of the Winter Court, until Gadflow arose. The weave is a puzzle. Each person is a piece. However, you are no longer a puzzle piece. You are a dollop of paint. But more dangerously, you repaint the picture of reality itself. Who can trust that your...
would have thought you were so interesting? Agarth's looking for escape. Neuralim's looking for a savior. And Titarian is looking for a I'm impressed. You're right. This won't be easy. The Tuatha, you'll need more help than just me and that old Fate Weaver. You'll need an army. A few years ago, one warrior could have slipped past unnoticed. But there is hope. In the plains of Erethel, there waits a player who has been away from this game for far too long. Meet me in the village of Emer, and I will tell you everything. None of us could have foreseen the rise of Gadflo and his army, but we should have, and now we're on your way.
I couldn't make out half of what the king was saying, but it sounds like... Good thing you won't be facing it alone. In fact, I think I've got a lead on finding old Fomerus Hughes, of course. If anybody can help, I've been asking around and I was able to make contact with his superior. He thinks he might... All gnome scholars have a Templar who sponsors their research, and apparently Hughes' sponsor, goes southwest to the Hollowlands and Detir. Octien will be waiting there to discuss how you might read. You're not the only one on the hunt for Hughes. Octien has followed his trail to the Hollowlands in Detir. He once offered me an honorary knighthood after I slayed the Dream Eater of Amora. He was quite... The Niskaru are hideous creatures of chaos. Thankfully, they've mostly been driven back from the Feylands. But you know where you stand with the nerve. Shame, they try to stay out of...
The waters of Loch Lomond, such a lovely sight.
Hello. We'd normally be better stocked, but with the blood, our doors are always open.
Looking for the blacksmith? That would be me. That all?
面白いですか？私は好きですね。スカイリムとか大好きなので、システムとかどんな感じですか？スカイリム自分も好きです。スカイリムをかなり洋芸にしたような感じです。画面が暗いのが少し残念ですね。すみません。ご飯に行きます絵文字。お疲れ様でした。